on the block, cash gone cold. 4th Street wind got a story to hold. I left that room with my hat pulled low. One more bad bet and I was out the door. Pocket hit a light when the dealer laughed. I knew that smile was a broken path. Neon water in the gutter lane. My shoes keep time with the freight train rain. I told somebody wait on me. Now the night won't let me be. 4th Street hollow, nothing in my hand, just a wetsuit jacket and a no-good plan. 4th Street hollow, hear my steps go cold. I can't pay back what I sold. She was waiting where the window glows, curtain half drawn, but the whole room knows. I said, baby, tonight was my turn, but a bad man's pride is a hard thing to learn. I leaned on the door like it was a church, trying to pray with a gambler's dirt. The house was quiet, the clock was mean, even the kettle sounded like a warning scream. 4th Street hollow, nothing in my hand, just a wetsuit jacket and a no-good plan. 4th Street hollow, hear my steps go cold. I can't pay back what I sold. A little money lost ain't the worst of it. It's that look she gave me when I walked in. I ain't saying I was born that way, but I let a fool's night steal the day. The rain hit hard, the truth hit harder. I came home broken, a little bit darker. No grand excuse, no saintly tone, just a long walk back to a borrowed home. 4th Street hollow, nothing in my hand, just a wetsuit jacket and a no-good plan. 4th Street hollow, hear my steps go cold. I can't pay back what I sold. 4th Street hollow, let the rain confess. Some debts don't end in money less. 4th Street hollow, rain on stone. I came back empty, but I came back known. That house light burning, it don't burn for free. It keeps the whole block honest on 4th and E. the man I knew. He said he'd be right back before the rain. But midnight came with a broken chain. I heard his foot on the broken walk before his mouth could start to talk. He had that look like he lost a war, and I knew that look from the night before. A house light burning ain't no easy grace. It sees the lies right on your face. House light burning, I kept it on all night. Somebody's gotta hold the light. He tried to laugh, tried to shake the whip, tried to make me think I was not upset. But a woman learns the sound of shame. It don't need shouting, it just needs a name. I took his coat, felt the empty side, felt the missing piece he tried to hide. Not money alone, not just the loss, it was the way he let our promise cross. House light burning ain't no easy grace. It sees the lies right on your face. House light burning, I kept it on all night. Somebody's gotta hold the light. I don't need perfect, I need present. I need a man who comes home carrying his own truth. I ain't his mother and I ain't his saint. I got my own tears and I make my complaints, but I stayed in the chair by the window glass, because love ain't love if it don't outlast the cheap talk, the rain, the fool's parade, the kind of vows that are half made. When he stood there dripping on my floor, I had to ask what he was coming for. House light burning ain't no easy grace. It sees the lies right on your face. House light burning, I kept it on all night. Somebody's gotta hold. If he wants back in, he better bring more than a borrowed sin. I left it on, and I won't apologize. A burning house light tells no lie.
He left once, and the whole room leaned in.
Seen the dealer with the silver ring. He played my luck like a losing thing. He cut them cards with a barber's hand, and I kept my mouth where a fool might stand. The room got tight when the whiskey passed. Every word I said came out half-assed. He said, boy, you want the truth, sit still. I said, I've been sitting still against my will. That dealer's laugh cut cleaner than steel, made a broke man's pride look too real. Dealer's laugh
the fight. I wasn't clean and I won't pretend. I put my last good dime on a crooked end. But don't smile like you never knew how a hungry man gets pulled through. One hand high and the other low, that's how the bad tables make you go. He took my money, took my name, and left me standing in the ash and flame. That dealer's laugh, cut cleaner than steel, made a broke man's pride look too real. Dealer's laugh on a rainy night, told the whole room who lost the fight. You don't have to rob a man if he'll hand you his hope. The bartender looked away, he knew my kind. Same hard luck, just different line. I wanted swing, I wanted sin, I wanted the floor to split open in. But all I got was that ugly sound, a man being small in a big time town. That dealer's laugh, cut cleaner than steel, made a broke man's pride look too real. Dealer's laugh on a rainy night, told the whole room who lost the fight. Dealer's laugh, I hear it still, like a joke with a deadly bill. Laugh on, man, I know that grin. It's the sound of a fool folding in. Borrowed bed, too much room for one. I sat on the edge and heard the pipes moan. That little room never felt so alone. My shirt's still wet from the street outside, my mouth full of all the things I like. I said I was lucky, I said I was hard, but a broke man's truth lives in the scar. The bed was mine, and it wasn't mine. Same old story at the end of the line. Borrowed bed, borrowed breath. I keep waking up beside my own regret. Borrowed bed, don't look so wide. A guilty man can't reach for her like a man in need. But need ain't pretty when it starts to bleed. She didn't move, just let me feel how a cold hand falls on a bad man's deal. I wanted mercy with no account, wanted love to erase the amount. But every kiss I took came back like a heart spun dead in a paper sack. Borrowed bed, borrowed breath. I keep waking up beside my own regret. Borrowed bed, don't look so wide. A guilty man can't sleep inside. Don't tell me it's okay. Tell me if I'm still the man you touched. That's the shame I can't outrun. Soft on a love that's so. If I stay here, I got a face. I can't live on charm or a lucky face. Borrowed bed, borrowed breath. I keep waking up beside my own regret. Borrowed bed, don't look so. Guilty man can't sleep inside. Borrowed bed. If she stays awake, she hears the truth my hands can't fake. No clean sleep, no easy plea, just this mattress and the man in me. Back when the record spun and the glasses rang, we made a vow to the second-hand band. You wore a red coat over the rain, said your last man left you with the chain. I said I ain't him, not if I can help. You said big talk from a lonely self. We laughed like that could save the night under a busted bulb and a poor man's light. The cook was humming, the floorboards tired, and I got hooked on the way you smiled. That jelly roll promise, sweet on the tongue, burn like sugar where it first begun. Jelly roll promise, old and true. Now every bite of it comes back to you. We said forever like it cost no fare, like the weather outside was the only care. But forever gets mean when the rent comes due, and love ain't clean when it's lived right through. Your hand in mine was a lucky charm until the world got cold and the luck turned harm. I still hear that laugh in a smoky room
But for the bills and the bruise and the gloom, that jelly roll promise,
sweet on the tongue,
burn like sugar
where it first begun.
Jelly roll promise,
Old and true,
now every bite of it
comes back to you. We didn't lie on purpose. We just didn't know the size of the night.
I don't curse the start, I can't do that. It was the only one we had. But what we've made in the glow of that bar has to live now with the world as it are.
A promise is easy before it's tested. Then the heart gets leased and the
Pride gets bested. That jelly roll promise,
sweet on the tongue,
burn like sugar
where it first begun.
jelly roll promise, old and true, now every bite of it
Comes back to you.
oh, jelly roll promise, can't wash it
Away. Some vows get hungry every day. We said what we said in the smoke and sound. Now that old promise just walks us down. No more spare change, no more borrowed air. You come round here with your hat in hand, like I owe you something I never planned. You got that soft talk, the tired grin, same old racket, same old sin. You say the rain made you weak tonight, but I seen you strong enough to start the fight. I ain't your bank, I ain't your cure, I ain't the door you knock on shore. No more spare change, no more midnight please. I got to keep a little left for me. No more spare change, don't come round and pray. I've been paying for your yesterday. I used to think love meant cover and hold, used to let you spin my warm for cold. But every time you called my name, it sounded like a hand reaching for blame. You lose your way, you lose your line, then you make my kitchen your confessional shrine. Not tonight, baby, not this time. I learned that kindness can be a lie. No more spare change, no more midnight please. I got to keep a little left for me. No more spare change, don't come round and pray. I've been paying for your yesterday. only takes is a thief with a hymn.
So walk your block and feel your rain. Carry your bruises home again. If you want my door, come honest and clean, not with pockets empty and eyes too mean. I ain't cruel, I am through. There's a difference that a fool should know too. No more spare change, no more midnight plea. I got to keep a little left for me. No more spare change, don't come round and pray. I've been paying for your yesterday. No more spare change, hear me play. I won't buy my own heartbreak again. This hand stays closed, this house stays mine.
Rain under my collar, trouble in my shoe. I walk past the pool hall, past the fried fish place. Every window gave me my own hard face. Rain under my collar, salt in my breath. A small town sinner in a city of theft. The church door closed, the tavern stayed bright. I picked the dark like a man picks a fight. My hands kept shaking, not from cold, but from the story that they already told. Rain under my collar, can't shake it dry. It's the kind of truth that don't ask why. Rain under my collar, skin to bone. A man can get wet and still walk home alone. I tried to laugh at my own bad name, tried to drink it off, same old game. The bottle didn't help, it just made clear how loud a guilty thought can hear. I saw a young fool at the corner light, lying to himself with a polished ride. I wanted to warn him, but I knew too well, a man don't listen till he tastes the well. Rain under my collar, can't shake it dry. It's the kind of truth that don't ask why. Rain under my collar, skin to bone. A man can get wet and still walk home alone. The rain ain't the problem, it's what it washes up. I got a heart that still wants to be understood, but understanding ain't forgiveness, no sir. Not when the same old wound still stirs. So I keep moving, while the streets keep score. One more block, then one block more. Rain under my collar, can't shake it dry. It's the kind of truth that don't ask why. Rain under my collar, ooh, skin to bone. A man can get wet and still walk home alone. Rain under my collar, heavy and plain. Some nights the body remembers the shame under my collar. Rain and blame. I worked it hard, but hard don't cover all. I've been carrying bricks, carrying shame, carrying somebody else's name. I thought a good day's work could square the books. Thought sweat could wash away the looks. But the ledger don't care how a man gets thin. It writes down what he lost within. A bad bet took my pockets clean, but that ain't the only hole I've seen. Debt can't sweat, can't earn it back. Some holes stay open in the black. Debt can't sweat, no matter how I try. There's a bill in the heart that labor can't buy. I used to call it luck, used to call it fate, used to blame the rain and the swinging gate. Now I see the deeper line. A broken vow is its own crime. You can clock out tired, you can bleed all day. Still one hard truth won't go away. Somebody trusted me and I crossed that line. Now I own the echo as well as the time. Debt can't sweat, can't earn it back. Some holes stay open in the black. Debt can't sweat, no matter how I try. There's a bill in the heart that labor can't buy. I ain't looking for a clean slate. I want a true one. So I stand in the door when the morning comes, hear the trucks roll and the factory drums. My hands are rough, my voice is too, but I know now what I can't undo. If I love again, I won't call it cheap. If I stay where the debt runs deep. No sweet ending, no saintly claim, just a man who finally named the name. Debt can't sweat, can't earn it back. Some holes stay open in the black. Debt can't sweat, no matter how I try. There's a bill in the heart that labor can't buy. Debt can't sweat, but I can stand with empty pockets in an honest hand. Work won't save what truth exposed, but it can keep a broken man close to the road. The rails talking under my shoes like they know my name. I came up out the rain on Halsted, collar turned up high, my paycheck folded twice, still not enough to lie. The station wind hit hard like a hand across my face, and every step down that stairwell put me back in my place. I heard that low steel trembling where the tunnel light runs thin, like the whole damn city breathing on the dead I'm in. They cut my hours on Friday, said the numbers went too far. I laughed like I didn't feel it, standing by the bar of the bar. My woman took one look at me, knew I'd spent the rent again. Said, you keep calling it bad luck, but bad luck don't keep a pen. She don't need to raise a voice, she can wound me with a stare, because the truth sits at the table every time I'm not there. Under the third rail trimmer, I feel my heart lean low. A man can lose his name and still got somewhere left to go. Under the third rail trimmer, I hear what shame can do. It rides my spine like cold wire, and it won't let loose of you. The engineer went past me, face like paper, eyes fixed straight. I watched him disappear like hope through a rusted gate. I know the kind of night this is, where pride gets stripped by rain, where a man keeps on pretending he ain't made of wanting pain. My mother used to say, don't bring the dark to every room, but I done let it follow me, and now it's got the spoon. If I step wrong, if I fall hard, if I let the whole thing show, there'll be no saint to pull me back, no bright place left to go. So I keep my hands in my pockets, keep my face turned to the wall, and pray the tunnel takes my breathing before it takes it all. Under the third rail tremor, I feel my heart lean low. A man can lose his name and still got somewhere left to go. Under the third rail tremor, I hear what shame can do. It rides my spine like cold wire, and it won't let loose of you. Under the third rail tremor, I swear I heard the truth. It ain't the train that's shaking me, it's what I had to do. Under the third rail tremor, I'm not as strong as I seem, but I still know how to stand up inside this electric dream. Yeah, I still know how to stand up in that tremor under me. You can leave your boots by the door. I'll know who they belong to. Your coat still hangs where I told you to hang it. Your empty cup still got my lipstick on the rim. I fixed the lock on the screen door myself last Sunday. Since then I've been hearing your excuses thin. You call after midnight like the dark makes you honest, like the rain can wash the numbers off your debt. But I know the sound of a man walking backward, and I know what he don't say yet. I kept your name off the notice on the table, kept the landlord calm when he came to pound. I told my sister you was working, not wondering. I told the neighbor you was out of town. That's the kind of love you get when the years get mean. You don't get roses, you get keys and string. You don't get soft words and you don't get mercy. You get one more chance in the kitchen rain. My door has your name, but it don't open wide. I let you in because I know what pride can hide. My door has your name, and the latch don't lie. If you come back shaking, I'll let you stand inside. I seen your face in the hallway mirror, look like a man who slept with wolves. You still try to smile like nothing happened, but the floor knows every story you unfold. I ain't your mother, I ain't your judge, I ain't the nurse for every cut you make. But I got this house and I got this burden, and I got one heart that still won't break. Don't ask me for sweet forgiveness, don't ask me to call it fate. Ask me if I'm still here tomorrow. Ask me if I can wait. My door has your name, but it don't open wide. I let you in because I know what pride can hide. My door has your name, and the latch don't lie. If you come back shaking, I'll let you stand inside. Oh, my door has your name, but it got a scar. I've been keeping one foot by the jam so far. Oh, my door has your name, and that's all it is, a place for a man to fall apart and live. Live if you can live. came back again. And he brought that paper with him. He stood in my doorway with a hat brim low. Said, you know the number, boy, you know the flow. I had $2, 3 lies, and a busted watch. He had that quiet way men have when they already caught. My neighbor watched through the curtain, didn't move a hand. That's how a block gets mean, everybody understands. I told him I was waiting on a cousin from the yard. Told him I clear it Friday, told him life been hard. He smiled like a knife with a clean white shirt. Said, hard, don't stop the counting, and the counting don't hurt. I felt my face go hot, felt my jaw go tight, like the whole damn stairwell wanted to fight. Pay the light man, pay him what you owe. Pay the light man before he tell the whole block so. Pay the light man, don't let your shame grow teeth. Pay the light man or it'll sleep beneath your feet. I went down to the tavern with my collar all wrong. Played one more hand of cards and tried to look strong. Lost on purpose, maybe lost because I had to. A man can spend his pride like he spent his last shoe. The bartender said, you need a minute or a miracle. I said, I need a door that ain't so visible. I don't want no sermon, I don't want no plea. I want one clean shot at the life in front of me. But the meter keeps spinning and the street keeps score, and every face I know is a witness at the door. Pay the light man, pay him what you owe. Pay the light man before he tell the whole block so. Pay the light man, don't let your shame grow teeth. Pay the light man or it'll sleep beneath your feet. Yeah, pay the light man. Hear that paper snap. Can drown in broad daylight shame. Ain't no hiding now. Ain't no hiding now. I keep the window open so I don't miss your footsteps. Smaller after 2 in the morning. The air gets thick with every word I never ever said. I can hear the elevator shaking down the avenue, like a cold hand tapping from beneath the bed. You left your comb by the sink, your scarf on the chair. I don't move it, I don't fix it, I don't dare. 'Cause if I make this place too clean and honest, then I got nothing left of you in there. I called your sister once, then I hung up quick. I saw your cousin by the corner store and turned my head. I've been acting like a man who don't need answers, but I've been chewing on your name like old cornbread. Maybe you're with somebody who laughs too easy. Maybe you're tired of my hands and my bad mood. Maybe I'm the kind of man that turns devotion into a room you can't get out of. I sleep with the window open, let the city hear me ache. I sleep with the window open, in case your footsteps shake. I sleep with the window open, like a fool that still believes you might come back through the rain and find me on my knees. I got your perfume in the curtain, your silence in the glass. I got the cold side of the pillow where your temper used to pass. A good man would let it go, a wiser man would try. But I got this stubborn hunger and a meaner kind of why. If I hear your heel on the pavement, I go weak and hard at once, like love and shame and wanting you all. Learn to share one room. Don't tell me I'm righteous, don't tell me I'm blind. I know the shape of my own ruin, I hear it every time. I sleep with the window open, let the city hear me ache. I sleep with the window open, in case your footsteps shake. I sleep with the window open, and I hate what I became. Still I'm listening for your body in the dark, outside my shame. Outside my shame. I learned to stand still on moving ground. That was the first lesson. I used to punch him before the sun could name itself. Hands cracked open, lunch pail cold, winter in the rail yard smell. The men around me didn't pray much, but they knew the rules. Keep your back low, keep your mouth shut, keep your temper fool. The engine shook the gravel like a hard old hand, and every boat I tightened taught me how to be a man. A foreman with a cigarette said, "Pain don't pay you twice." I said, "Neither does pride," and he just laughed in the ice. We worked under sparks and sodium light, where the iron moaned and I could feel my heartbeat. Learning from the stone, that's where I got this stubborn walk, this habit of delay, this way of taking damage and calling it another day. I'm a yard line saint with a busted spine. I learned to bless the dark and call it mine. I'm a yard line saint, no halo, no crown, just a man who kept on standing when the whole place shook down. There was a kid named Eddie who could hear the trains by feet. Said the track got a language if you let your ribs repeat. He tapped the steel and smiled like he could read the weather. Then one night he vanished and we never spoke together. The yard kept going like yards do, like miles do, like nothing ever happened. To the names it walked through, you don't get clean from labor, you get shaped and worn. And if you live long enough, you learn what hurts was born. I'm a yard line saint with a busted spine. I learned to bless the dark and call it mine. I'm a yard line saint, and that's the truth I keep. The track made my body, and the body won't sleep. The landlord came with his folder and his dead-eyed suit. Said, "Who's responsible here?" Like he didn't know the route. She stood by the sink with her hands still wet. Said, "This place is mine," and I felt that threat. Not from him, from her voice calm and flat, because she was covering for me, and I knew that. There's a kind of love that don't make speeches, it just edits the paper and hides the reaches.
She kept my name off the notice, off the door, off the board, like saving me from a shame I done stored. I wanted to thank her, I wanted to run, I wanted to say I'm sorry for every ugly one. Every night I came home broken, bent, every promise I spent before it was spent. Keep my name off the notice, let the wall take the heat. Keep my name off the notice, let my shame miss the street. Keep my name off the notice, I can't stand that line. Keep my name off the notice, I ain't worth the fine. The power went out at 7, room went black and still. We heard the train under us like a distant drill. She said, you don't get rescued, you get through. I said, I never asked for all you do, but I did ask with my silence, with my empty hand, with the way I keep on needing more than I can stand. If they come with the clipboard, if they come with the light, tell them I was never here, tell them I left last night. Keep my name off the notice, let the wall take the heat. Keep my name off the notice, let my shame miss the street. Keep my name off the notice, I can't stand that lie. Keep my name off the notice, I ain't worth the fight. She kept me out of it, that was the worst part. The tremor knows me better than my own name. Every night the floor talks back in a low-born buzz, like a secret in the walls I can't rise above. I used to blame the tracks, blame the work, blame the weather. Now I know a man can shake from carrying himself together. There was a night on Loomis I won't put clean in speech. There was a friend I failed to reach before the sirens reached. And ever since the whole damn city keeps a pulsing me, like a hand under the ribs I can't convince to leave. I told myself it was nothing, just the line below, just the trains, just the brakes, just the endless flow. But my left hand twitched when the corner light swung low, and I knew my own body was the last one to know. Shame ain't always loud, sometimes it's a hum, sometimes it's the step you take when you know what's come. Sometimes it's the way you keep on living, when living itself feels like a debt you're forgiven.
what he couldn't take. The tremor knows my head, and he won't let me lie. Every rail in this town got a witness in my eye. If you ask me who I was, I'll tell you who I ain't. Not brave, not clean, not fit to wear a saint. I was there, then I wasn't. That's the part that sticks. A man can miss his moment and spend years feeling it. So I walk these midnight tunnels with my face set hard, like the dark can't testify if I stand guard. But the body keeps the record where the mouth goes thin, and the line below the street knows how to call me in. The tremor knows my head, knows where we used to shake. The tremor knows my head, knows what it couldn't take. The tremor knows my head, and I can't cut it free. It's the city's small confession living underneath me. Underneath me.
Morning don't forgive. It just shows you what's left.
The street got pale by fire. The gutters held the rain. I stood by the window with my hand on the frame. She was sleeping in the next room, face turned to the wall, like a truce that ain't a truce, but it's enough for now. I heard the first train roll and I didn't flinch. For one small second I felt something shift. Not peace, not hope, not any clean light, just the truth that I was still here tonight. I don't get to call it freedom, I don't get to call it done, I don't get to say I won against the things I've become. But I can pay the woman back in the ways I know. I can answer when I'm called, I can move slow, I can tell the truth before it grows teeth. I can keep my word where the night still breathes. And if that's all a man gets after all this wreck, then that's the kind of mercy I can respect. When the line goes quiet, you hear what you've kept alive. When the line goes quiet, you hear the hard parts survive. When the line goes quiet, there ain't no room for show. Just a man and his shadow.
used to think love meant clean hands, bright rooms, a song with no smoke and a heart with no bruise. Now I know love can be a cracked porch light, a hand on your back through the worst of the night. It can be a woman not leaving, a man not lying, a train gone soft in the distance, a body still trying. Don't bless this mess, don't wash it white. Some things stay rough, and that's how they stay alive. When the line goes quiet, you hear what you kept alive. When the line goes quiet, you hear the hard parts survive. When the line goes quiet, I don't ask for more, I just stand where the tremor was and open the door. Open the door, let the morning see.
Bartender, don't shut it down like you don't know my face.
Neon on the table, ash in my hand, rain tap tapping that back door frame. I've been here so long, I've forgotten my plans. Now the night got my number and it called my name. I came in for one drink and a little old lie. Told myself I was done with the hurt, but the clock kept ticking, and so did I, like a bad old habit in a work shirt. The glass got foggy, the mirror lied, my coat still wet from the street outside. It's last call weather, and I'm still here, smoking the ceiling, smoking my tears. A love can turn to a season, that's true. I don't leave it behind, it follows me through. It's last call weather, cold is sin. I keep moving in the shape I'm in. Your name sits heavy in the jukebox hum, in every low note and every slow grind. I see your hands where the ice cubes come. I see a shadow at the edge of my mind. You said don't make me the reason you stay, but I stayed anyway. Wrong is right. Now I know what a vow can pay, when it stays too long and learns your pain. Swings open, let the wind come in. It knows my face, it knows my skin. It's last call weather, and I'm still here, smoking the ceiling, smoking my tears. A love can turn to a season, that's true. I don't leave it behind, it follows me through. It's last call weather, cold as sin. I keep moving in the shape I'm in. cost. Used to call it ours, now I count what I lost. If I walk out clean, I walk out alone. If I stay one more minute, this room gets my bones. It's last call weather, and I'm still here. Smoke in the ceiling, smoke in my tears. A love can turn to a season, that's true. I don't leave it behind, it follows me through. His last call weather, cold as sin. I keep moving in the shape I'm in. Don't turn up the lights yet. Let the dark finish talking.
I know this coat ain't mine. I've been wearing your winter like it belonged to me. Your friends call me first when the furnace go out. I know the lock on your door, the crack in your key. I know how to get through when you're all talked out. I picked up your pieces from 100 floors. I've smiled through the trouble like that's what men do. But every favor I've done at your front door was another small piece I never gave back to you. Borrowed coat, borrowed name. I stayed so long, I answered the blame. I kept your house warm, I kept my face cold. A man can disappear in the things he holds. Borrowed coat, borrowed name. A little more love, a little more shame. You said, baby, you helped me breathe, and I believed it then. So I cut my words down to fit your room. I learned your silence and I wore it then like a cheap old cuff in the edge of June. I was the one who came when the pipes got loud, the one who laughed when your cousins drank. I could walk through your storm and move the crowd, but I couldn't say no, and I should have sang. Borrowed coat, borrowed name. I stayed so long, I answered the blame. I kept your house warm, I kept my face cold. A man can disappear in the things he holds. Borrowed coat, borrowed name. A little more love, a little more shame. Maybe you love me plain and simple. Maybe I made a job out of grace. But if I take this coat off now, I don't know what I'm gonna face. I hung your trouble on my shoulders right now. My spine got the shape of it all. Your last good reason slipped out last night, and I still answered when I heard you call. That's the trick with a life built near the flame. You stop feeling burned, you stop feeling
kept your house warm, I kept my face cold. A man can disappear in the things he holds. Borrowed coat, borrowed name. I wore your life, now it fits like pain. Take it back slow, don't make it look easy.
Two in the morning, and you bring that smell in here. Your heel hit the floor like a lie with weight. Hair all wind tossed, coat half button wrong. You stood in the doorway at 1/4 to 8, like you forgot this place, still knew your song. I seen that look before, that half smile slash, the one you wear when you think I won't ask. But the whole damn room heard your key turn fast, and I got the kind of quiet that lasts and lasts. Don't say baby like that, gonna soften steel. Don't come in gentle when you know what I feel. Doorway at 2, now everybody see who you were with and what that does to me. Don't act surprised when the whole room stare. You walked in late with somebody else's hair. Doorway at 2, and the night went thin. I can't unsee what you brought back in. There's lipstick on your collar that ain't my shade. There's a laugh still stuck in the edge of your throat. You said don't start trouble, but trouble got made the second you chose what you chose. I ain't proud of the look I gave that door. I ain't proud of the way my hand found glass. But shame don't pay the rent no more, and hurt don't know how to pass. Doorway at 2, now everybody see who you were with and what that does to me. Don't act surprised when the whole room stare. You walked in late with somebody else's hair. Doorway at 2, and the night went thin. I can't unsee what you brought back in. Play the saint, but everybody here knows what I ain't. I loved you mean, I loved you true. Now I'm looking at the part I can't undo. You said it wasn't nothing, said the car just stalled, said the wind was bad, said the bridge was slick. But the room got smaller, and I heard it all in the way you stood there, not quite thick. I don't need the details, I know the crime. It's the same old smoke with a new perfume. What breaks a man ain't always time. Sometimes it's one step back into the room. Doorway at 2, now everybody see and what that does to me. Don't act surprised when the whole room
somebody else's air. Doorway at 2, and the night went thin. I can't unsee what you brought back in. Leave the light off, let the door judge you.
Don't make me beg aloud. I took the long way home just to slow the truth. Sat in the car till the radio died. You know, the kind of dark that fits a man like proof, when he don't want nobody read his mind. I got no good excuse, no clever line, just these old hands and a tired pride. I can walk through fire when it ain't mine, but I fold up easy when you look me in the eye. Tell me I'm still good if you can. Tell me I ain't all the way gone as a man. I don't need pretty, I don't need kind, I just need one clean word tonight. Tell me I'm still good, don't lie. I've been living off crumbs from your black and white sky. You saw my worst before I did. You heard my excuse before I made it sound right. I keep one foot out like a scared old kid, then I come back crawling to your porch light. If I'm honest, I like the burn. I like the way your disappointment cuts. Every time I leave, I learn I got a hunger that don't know enough. Tell me I'm still good if you can. I just need one clean word tonight. Tell me I'm still good, don't lie. I've been living off crumbs from your black and white sky. If you say no, I'll hear it. If you say yes, I'll owe it. That's ugly, I know that's low. I know a grown man shouldn't need this much light, but I've been in the dark so long I don't trust my own face in the mirror at night. So give me the truth like a shot of gin, heart straight, no sugar on top. If I'm still worth pulling back in, say it once and let me stop. Tell me I'm still good if you can. I've been living off crumbs from your black and white sky. Don't save me, just say my name honest. before the sun get right. Kettle on the stove and the floor still cold. I can tell your absence by the shape of the light, by the way the chair sits where you used to hold. I wash a cup, I hear you laugh, I fold a shirt that still knows your skin. A memory ain't just a photograph, it's the same damn morning coming back again. Blue on the window, same old blues on the pane. Every little thing in this room know your name. Blue on the window, weather in my bones. I'm not missing you, pretty, I'm living what you've done. Outside, the street got that February bite. Bus brakes hissing at the corner light. A man can learn to carry a wound like sight when he sees it every day in the same pale white. Your scarf on the hook, your keys in my tray, a burned out match in the salsa dish. I swear I was letting you fade away, but the house keeps pulling me back to this. Blue on the window, same old blues on the pane. Every little thing in this room know your name. Blue on the window, weather in my bones. I'm not missing you, pretty, I'm living what you've done. The hard part ain't the cry, it's the keeping on. It's the way the day starts, knowing what broke. I light one cigarette and it's already gone, like the last good word in a mouth full of smoke. I don't call you now, I don't beg no more, but I still move careful through the old routine, like love left fingerprints all over the floor, and every clean spot is what might have been if I change the sheets. You still in the scene. If I crack the shade, you still in the beam. Blue on the window, same old blues on the pane. Every little thing in this room know your name. Blue on the window, weather in my bones. I'm not missing you, pretty, I'm living what you've done. Morning don't erase it, it just shows it better. I met the worst of me at the end of your block. I like to say you made me mean, like I just woke up hard one day. Truth is, I had that old machine in me long before you walked my way. I knew how to smile and keep score. I knew how to vanish and call it grace. I knew how to stand at the wrong man's door and blame the weather on my own face. I ain't just hurt, I'm trained. I've been a bad habit with a human name. The man I was after midnight ain't never been saved for the light. I ain't just hurt, I'm used. I've been carrying old sins in a Sunday suit. I told half-truths smooth as gin. I kept one foot out while I talked love big. I wanted a saint when I came back in, but I brought a liar and a jealous pig. That don't mean you was clean, no sir. It just means I ain't the only wreck. I've been calling my hunger a cure and calling my leaving respect. I ain't just hurt, I'm trained. I've been a bad habit with a human name. The man I was after midnight ain't never been safe for the light. I ain't just hurt, I'm used. I've been carrying old sins in a Sunday suit. You didn't turn me into this. You just lit up the room enough to see it. Now the bar stools know my shape, and the night clerks know my shame by sight. I can talk like a man who's late, but I've been late to myself my whole damn life. So if I lose you, I lose the truth. And if I keep you, I keep the bruise. Either way, I got work to do on the part of me that don't know how to choose. I ain't just hurt, I'm trained. I've been a bad habit with a human name. The man I was after midnight ain't never been safe for the light. I ain't just hurt, I'm used. I've been carrying old sins in a Sunday suit. That's the ugly part. It still sounds like me. I used to wait outside like a man at work, face turned up to whatever you throw. I called it love, but it did the hurt, and I kept on standing in your rain to show. You'd come and go like a broken light, flash me bright, then leave me blind. I wore that thunder every night till I couldn't tell your tears from mine. And I'm done standing in your rain, done letting your storm call my name. I loved you hard, I loved you long, chained. Don't tell me I'm cruel because I'm clear. Don't call it anger when it's just enough. I've been here so long, the floor went near to the shape of a man who gave too much. You keep the stories, keep the heat, keep the keys you never once returned. I got a whole new ache to meet, and I'm too old now not to learn. I'm done standing in your rain, done letting your storm call my name. I loved you hard, I loved you long, but I can't keep living where the weather went wrong. No more standing in your rain. I'm still yours in memory, not in chain. I ain't saying you're the devil. I'm saying I can't keep praying at the wrong door. If I look back, that's just a habit. If I miss you, that don't make me weak. Love got no business staying stagnant when it turns a man to a shape so thin he squeaks. So I'll take my coat, I'll take my cough, I'll take the names you never said, and I'll walk where the wind cuts off without asking for the storm to shed. I'm done standing in your rain, done letting your storm call my name. I loved you hard, I loved you long, but I can't keep living where the weather went wrong. No more standing in your rain. I'm still yours in memory, not in chain. If you need me, find somebody else's doorstep. I don't live there no more. The place still lives in me. Crossed that threshold once too many times, with my coat half on and my mind half gone. Now the porch light flickers in my spine like it knows the shape of what went on. The house still knows my steps by heart. The screen door coughs when the wind gets mean. I ain't in that room, but I ain't that far. Some debts don't leave when you leave the scene. The house still knows my steps. The floor keeps count of what I left. I walked away, but the echo stayed. Love ain't gone, it just changed shape.
line cut dark behind. But the truth got teeth and it came for me in the quiet where I left my mind. I ain't asking back what I can't reclaim. I ain't begging fate to circle round. I'm just saying memory ain't a name. It's a room where the living make a sound. The house still knows my steps. The floor keeps counting what I left. I walked away, but the echo stayed. Love ain't gone, it just changed shape. The house still knows my steps, and I know now what I kept.
Maybe I was never there to stay. Maybe I was there to learn how to go. Either way, it costs the same.
So if you hear me in the hallway creak, or see my shadow in the wet front glass, that ain't romance, that's just a weak part of a man that time can't pass. I don't want the door back open wide. I don't want the old lies dressed as gold. I just want the truth to stand outside and let the rest of it turn cold. The house still knows my steps. The floor keeps count of what I left. I walked away, but the echo stayed. Love ain't gone, it just changed shape. The house still knows my steps, and I know now what I kept. Not a home, not a grave, just a place my name learn away.
My trench coat drags the ground, heavy weight. My trench coat drags the ground, heavy weight. Boots click on the wet iron. The salt eats the metal. The salt eats the metal. Afraid hemp rope snaps. Afraid hemp rope snaps. I walk through the wreckage. The cold pierces my skin too deep. The cold pierces my skin too deep. The numbness starts to crack. The numbness starts to crack. Water floods the hollow hull. Water floods the hollow hull. I feel the sudden sting. I feel the sudden sting. coffee turns to ice, so cold. The coffee turns to ice, so cold. I stare at the chipped silver teaspoon. The diner clock ticks slow. The diner clock ticks slow. I stare at the chipped silver teaspoon. The window glass feels thick. The window glass feels thick. A jukebox plays a broken tune. A jukebox plays a broken tune. The scent of wet clay hits me. The scent of wet clay hits me. The porcelain saucer shows a crack. The porcelain saucer shows a crack. The silver spoon scrapes the rim. The silver spoon scrapes the rim.
My leather boot feels heavy, so heavy. My leather boot feels heavy, so heavy. The trench coat drags the ground. Old slicks coat the pavement. Dripping from a rusted grave. Dripping from rusted grave. The heavyweight stays. The heavyweight stays. The engine hums a low note, low note. The engine hums a low note, low note. The gears grind in the dark. The metal pipe engine hums a low note. Low, low, low. The engine hums a low note. Low, low, low. The noise highs the hollow. The noise highs the hollow. A touch of cracked porcelain saucer, a touch of cracked porcelain saucer, so cold. The campfire died long ago. The glaze chips under my thumb. The glaze chips under my thumb, so thin. A rusted tuning fork ring, a rusted tuning fork ring, hollow. The clay turns into dust. The heavy rhythm starts to ache. The heavy rhythm starts to ache inside. My heartbeat hits the floor. My heartbeat hits the floor. Hollow. I see the jagged edges. I see the jagged edges. Sharp. The shards cut through the dark. My trench coat feels heavy. So heavy. My trench coat feels heavy. So heavy. The diner sign blinks blue. Cold water hits my neck. The diner sign blinks blue. The diner sign blinks blue. A chipped teaspoon rests. A chipped teaspoon rests. Jazz note his heart hits hard. A jazz note hits hard hits hard. Porcelain saucer cracks, a jagged white line spread. The porcelain saucer cracks, the porcelain saucer cracks. Sharp edges cut my thumb. Sharp edges cut my thumb.
Muffled trumpet bleeds through walls. Through walls. A muffled trumpet bleeds through walls. Through walls. I clutch a waterlogged saxophone reed. The brass mouthpiece feels dented. The metal tastes like copper. The metal tastes like copper. The metal tastes like copper. The metal tastes like copper.
rhythm, frantic rhythm. Windshield wipers beat a frantic rhythm, frantic rhythm. The brass bell vibrates with tension. The brass bell vibrates with tension.